Hello and welcome to the Monarchs preview show as we look ahead to this weekend's home and away fixtures against the Berwick Bandits. Myself, Graham Munsey, joined by Mike Hunter. Mike, thanks very much for joining us for the preview show. A big weekend ahead.
Yes, as you know, we're chasing a playoff place and we're reasonably well placed. If we win at home, which we expect, and get something at Berwick, that would be good. If we could, by some miracle, manage to win at Berwick, then that would be exceptionally good.
Yep, and we'll look ahead to those fixtures tonight. We're joined by Bandits reserve Theo Pijper, and as always we'll have Michael delve into his bag of tricks and pull out a couple of blasts from the past from the Bandits. So, Berwick, a kind of an opponent we see quite a lot. We've been drawn with them in the Championship Shield, we've been drawn with them in the KO Cup so far this season, so the third time that Berwick have come here, and with the experience in that team, no surprises for Berwick coming to Armadale next week.
No, well, we know what to expect from most of the riders, but I'm pretty certain they'll do better than the last two visitors that we've had, and particularly with reserves Theo Pijper and Bruce Jacobson.
Yeah.
Although he hasn't got a great Armadale record at reserve, he surely should be effective.
Yeah, I do remember back, was it Bruce Jacobson's first visit here with Rye House? He was actually very impressive, and at the time I thought, here's a prospect that could go on to world level, GP level or league level, and it's maybe not going to happen through various things, but you're right. Sitting at reserve alongside Theo Pijper, there won't be any more experienced or dangerous reserve opponents we have. And then you look at the main body of the team and the experience again of the likes of Kevin Doolan, Spud Summers and David Howe. A lot of Armadale experience in that team.
Without doubt, they're capable of doing pretty well. Hesitate to say they could win because we're going so well at the moment, but hopefully they will give us a good run for it and it'll be reasonably close. Yeah,
I mean, you mentioned that there, the last two home fixtures have seen the Monarchs rack up 65 points against Scunthorpe, 69, remarkable, against Redcar. I don't think there'll be many people expecting that to see another 6 at the start of the scoreline come Friday night, but the way the Monarchs are going, obviously 2 weeks now on the bounce, Ricky unbeaten, Eric unbeaten, Richie unbeaten, Josh has dropped 1 point in 2 meetings. The track seems to be suited to the guys. Obviously we're doing this on Friday night after the Scunthorpe match. I've not looked at the sort of long range weather forecast. We don't know what we have for the week ahead, but if it carries on like we've got, there'll be another grippy track out there for the boys to attack, just the way they like it.
You would certainly think so. That's how we're preparing it. It's reasonably damp at the beginning, but that keeps the dust down by the end, and all our riders have adapted to it no problem, so I don't really see why the visiting riders can't do the same thing.
It's getting near crunch time now. I think we've got, with the 2 Berwick matches, is it 5 home and 3 away left? Something like that, off the top of my head. Particularly after, I think it's 5 and 4, and then after the Berwick matches it'll be 4 and 3. Yeah. We're sitting where the league table lies a little bit, because obviously the fixtures don't match up, but I always look at the plus minus table, as I call it, which away points gained against home points dropped. I think that gives you a fairer reflection, and as it stands, as we talked just now, we are sitting 4th, which is where we need to be, but we could really make our life easier with a point would help, but if we could put 3 or dare I say it 4 points on the board at Berwick, which will be a huge ask, then that would really set us up well for the playoffs, and potentially we could actually start looking at one of the higher picks and getting a choice of who we get if we make it.
Yeah, well that's the way of it. I don't think there's been a very high proportion of away wins in the league this year, and there's not many in prospect for the teams that are contesting the playoff places. So Berwick is one that we might think we might have a chance, and then we're at Sheffield a little bit later in the month, and they seem to have plummeted to dreadful form recently. Later on we've got much harder away matches. Maybe with the confidence they're gaining from the home matches, though, they'll go everywhere feeling they can do something. I think we're quite well placed for the playoffs. Yep,
and obviously Berwick's season has been built. They're sitting in a playoff place as we speak. They'll be looking to defend that, and that has been built on their home form. 1 home defeat in competitive fixtures, taking the Newcastle, the Tyne Tweed Trophy, the challenge match out. 1 home defeat, that defeat to Workington, which was a big hit, but they showed in their last home match when they was it 58-32. They beat Glasgow, absolutely put Glasgow to the sword, and while their team's built on strength and depth with Bas Jacobson and Theo at reserve, at home Danny Gatmeyer and Jai Etheridge are heat leader calibre riders round that Berwick track.
Definitely, they certainly are. Yeah, Gatmeyer has been their star reserve for much of the season, and we might well find that they give us a beating on Saturday. It's a possibility. There's a wide range of possibilities for Saturday, I think. So let's hope we do okay.
Yep, and of course, one man we've spoken about already that will be at reserve for the Bandits in those two meetings is former Monarch, and I would presume on the night he'll be the most experienced Armadale performer. Theo Pijper might cut up with Theo last Friday.
Well, obviously on Friday we're going to be racing the Berwick Bandits, and we've got them again on Saturday, and one of the key men will be one of Berwick's reserves who knows this track so well, Theo Pijper. Theo, two interesting matches, hopefully more interesting than the Edinburgh's recent matches when the Bandits come here. The Bandits have a solid side and know the track well. Do you think you can give us a decent fight?
The Monarchs are performing strong at home the last two meetings, so it's going to be a tough challenge, I think. The track looks a bit more grippier than it used to be, and I hope we did the same at our track, so hopefully it will suit us a little bit too, you know.
Yeah, well, you know all about riding grippy tracks, or any tracks, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. If it's raining, then I'll be first man out.
You've got yourself and Nikolai Busk-Jakobsen down at reserve now, I think. Of course, you had Gatmeyer as well, so you're always having a strong reserve pairing, really.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's maybe not the most strongest riders but it's all the way through pretty much the same. So they can pretty much perform all the same. So and I think hopefully that's a key in a team, but you never know.
Yeah. And of course, Edinburgh would obviously very much like to win at Berwick, but Berwick are very good at home, and probably as good as any Berwick team's been for quite a few years on their home track. So I think Berwick will be expecting to win on Saturday, won't they?
Well, definitely. If we want to keep in that top four, we need to work hard, and I think we deserve it this year. I came a little bit later into the team, but the boys have been working hard, and definitely I hope we go through. As more meetings.
One of the pleasures we've had this season is watching your youngsters riding in the second half. How are they enjoying it, first of all, and how do you feel they're progressing?
Yeah, no, absolutely. They're like, I have no words for it really, because I'm just as scared watching them than I think the wife was watching me. But now she has 3 on the track, and it's a little bit harder now. And of course, they need to start young, and I think there's pretty much good potential in it, and hopefully they'll follow my footsteps. Hopefully.
Great stuff, Theo. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you on Friday and Saturday, and 2 good matches.
I hope so too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So a confident sounding Theo there. I think he's kind of maybe at the stage of career where he takes every match as it comes and doesn't put too much pressure on himself, just goes out and enjoys his racing and enjoys watching his son try and progress in the sport as well. But particularly here on Friday night, he will be a danger.
He certainly will. He actually doesn't enjoy his son's racing. He worries about them, but as he said there. But yes, Theo's a very handy man on the average he's got, no doubt about that.
Yep, and as always, we will now dip into the Mike's Blast from the past as we see 2 heats from Berwick at Armadale on the past.
And Little's up in the air, Brady's quite well away, and it's Meldrum round the outside of the first corner, and Bentley's gone through as well on the outside into second. The Bandits well placed, Ross Brady in third, but Kevin Little dives through to take up the challenge. Up the inside of Bentley there as they cross the line for lap 1, and I think he could go past Bentley here. Super pass there by Kevin Little on the inside. Really caught Paul Bentley with a lovely inside overtake. Now he's got his sights set on David Meldrum up front. Ross Brady's off the track already. David hasn't had too many good meetings here, but he looks impressive on the opening couple of laps. Kevin Little making ground on him though. Little round the outside of the pits turn and cuts back again. That worked well with Bentley, and he's up alongside Meldrum as well. Tremendous riding by Kevin Little. He's almost through. Meldrum's back round the outside, glancing across, and they're neck and neck down the back straight for the last time. Little dives ahead into the last corner. What a win this will be if he gets it, and he has. He's come from last to first with a tremendous ride. Some beautiful overtaking there by Kevin Little. Only a shared race, but a marvellous ride by Kevin Little.
Heat 14, Mark Riss, Danny Gatmeyer, Max Clegg and Joe Lawler. And Gatmeyer's made the start. Could he become the first Bandits race winner? Here comes Clegg round the outside. Still a bit unconvincing. Lawler's done what he's done in every race since he's pulled off the track. Look at Clegg here though, this is far more like it from the Monarchs Reserve. Going right round the duck. Just not quite getting it right, but close. Here he goes again. Nearly. And he's trying it again. Showing a lot of bravery. Maybe this time. Neck and neck with Gatmire. This is a good effort by Clegg. Is he going to get there? No, he isn't. Oh dear, what happened at the end there? But it was a terrific effort.
So some fantastic action there, and great to see some of the names on show there. It's been a nice year looking back, obviously, with the Monarchs' 70th anniversary. We've still got the big Diamond Jubilee social event to come at Tynecastle Stadium on the 25th of August. Tickets are available on the website, so do keep an eye out should you fancy that. Some big names in that. Probably my all-time favourite Monarch from a youngster through, Freddie Shot, back on Edinburgh soil and ready to be there. So it'll be great to catch up with Freddie. But a big weekend ahead, Mike. Certainly a home win is crucial. Anything we can take on the road would be a bonus, and I guess it's just about seeing how we get on.
That's about it. I'm sure there'll be a big travelling sport down at Berwick. I'm sure Berwick look forward to us for that reason in particular, and as I say, I hope we put on a good show.
It's a great place to go, Berwick now. Back I remember when I first started going to Berwick, Peter Waite was in there, and then he worked for many years to keep it going. Scott Courtney and a younger sort of group of guys have come in, and they're trying to do things a certain way. We can only hope it works out for them. But there's a bit of feel good factor when you go into Berwick. It's the riders rally around the club, the fans are involved. You see the riders going to hospitality after the match with Scott. They do their post-match selfies when they win every week. Things are going the right way at Berwick, and long may it continue. And might I add, probably the best burger in British Speedway there at Rob Grant, the former rider's van as well. So what more could you ask for?
Yes, indeed, it is a good club. I do admire them. Scott Courtney is a very upbeat character. I don't think he expects to win the league or even particularly looks towards doing anything like that, but he wants to have good meetings and decent crowds and enjoyable atmosphere, as you say. Yep,
and hopefully we can have Scott a little bit downbeat after Friday and Saturday night next week with the results on the track, but we do look forward to those matches. Tickets are available for the match here at Armadale on the Monarchs website. Should you want to come along, I would urge you to go online and get those before midnight on Thursday, when you do get a discount buying them beforehand. And if this is your first time watching this or you haven't signed up already, do sign up for that blue card and get your discounts on there. So all that's left to say is thank you very much for watching us again, and we hope to see you at Armadale on Friday. Good night.